Hey y'all, it's Carrie. Welcome to our little kitchen overhaul. So this kitchen is in our apartment and we haven't lived in it in quite a while. It's got some old MDF board shelving, paint peeling, holes in the walls, lots of dead bugs and all kinds of other stuff going on. So we're gonna get started on this kitchen. Let's go. First, I'm gonna start by filling in all these holes. We had shelves here before, and when we took them down, it peeled the paint. So there's peeled paint and lots of holes from the screws. So I'm just going through trying to fill that in the best I can. Then I switched over to the other wall while Sam was taking down the white MDF shelving. We plan on replacing all of this shelving with some wood shelving. I really like the way that open shelving looks, and since it's such a small kitchen, it'll help open it up and make it seem bigger. So just like before, when we took the shelving down, the paint peeled. So I'm taking my little block sander and I'm sanding down those edges as much as possible just to try to get it smooth and ready for the filler. Then I'm taking my filler and going back and filling in all those spots. Once all that was dry, I went back with the fine grit sanding block and tried to sand it down as smooth as possible. This took a little while because I wanted to get it as smooth as possible before we started painting. While I was sanding, Sam was behind me taking off the baseboards. Now we removed all the baseboards because we want to add in some more base cabinets, and he also started taking off the trim around the door framing. Next, he started to remove this wire, cable, and hooks. So we used this before to hang our pans on the wall, and it's just a simple eye hook and cable with some hooks on it. So here's the kitchen all ready to paint. I've got all the holes filled and sanded. We took down all the shelving, the wire hooks, and tried to move things out of the way as much as possible. So let's get to painting. The first thing I did was start removing the outlet covers and the light switch plates. If you do this, be super careful so you don't get hurt. I also covered it with a little bit of paint tape so I wouldn't get paint on the outlet. Then I gave the walls a good final wipe down just to make sure I got all that sanding dust off and any other dirt or debris before I started painting. The paint color that I'm using is called Swiss Coffee by Behr. I got it at Home Depot, and I'm using the satin finish because it is in the kitchen and I want to be able to wipe the walls down when they get dirty. For behind the sink, I decided to cut in by hand just because I thought it would be easier for me to not have to use the roller and try to avoid the faucet. I tried my best not to get it on the cabinets, but I wasn't super worried about it because I'm going to be going back later on and repainting the cabinets, so it wasn't a big deal to me. Then it was time to cut in the corners and around the top. So here's the kitchen after we got a couple coats of paint on and cut in around the top. We also got the outlet covers painted and back on. And we have a lot of different projects going on right now. We're painting the kitchen cabinets. We're working on the little rolly cart. We're working on trim, but all those will be a separate video. This is video 1 of our little kitchen overhaul. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye, y'all.